Am I the a-hole for shutting down my boyfriend's proposal? Am I the a-hole for canceling our wedding after my fiance said something disgusting about my little brother? Hi, Reddit.
Hello, Bruce.
I'm in a tough spot at the moment. My fiance, let's call her Karen, 32 female, and me, 31 male, we're about to get married in a bit more than 6 months. Everything started to go bad when we started to talk about the guest list. Karen had been saying for a while she didn't want my little brother, Chad, 26 male, to come for a while, but she wouldn't give me a real explanation. I've told her many times that my brother's presence was absolutely non-negotiable. For some background, Chad and me have always been super close. Our parents weren't the serious kind of parents. They would often drop us at grandma's to go party, and as soon as I was old enough to take care of us both, they just left the house and the bro for me to handle. This is a trash way to treat your kids, sure, but at least it allowed us to bond super, super, super close. I'm not exaggerating when I say he is my favorite person in the whole world. I would take a bullet for him, and I think the only people who could brag about being loved as I love him are my future kids. So yeah, my baby brother's presence at my wedding is not something I'm willing to sacrifice at all. So, a few days ago, the topic of the guests came back on the table and Karen said one more time she doesn't want Chad there. I was getting really pissed at that point and told her there wouldn't be a wedding at all if he isn't there, so she better either drop it or leave. Then I asked her why the hell doesn't she want him there in the first place? So that B word tells me she doesn't want a F word for gay people on her wedding day, and that her family doesn't approve of this lifestyle. Huh. Oh yeah, no.
Absolutely categorically no.
Did she really just say that? I knew she wasn't exactly the progressive type, but it never got that far. Like, my brother is the sweetest, kindest, purest soul on earth. I couldn't believe she would hate him so much for something so trivial. And yeah, Chad is bi. He came out to me when he was 20 and he looked so damn scared. I told him I loved him no matter what. And I promised myself I wouldn't let anyone else make him feel that scared or hurt ever again. I couldn't even imagine that woman in the same room as him after what she just said. I don't know, protective big bro instincts kicked in and I told her we're effing done. I don't blame you. It would have been helpful to kind of know these feelings before you got engaged. I asked her for the ring back and she reluctantly gave it back before telling her she had 10 minutes to pack her things and get the hell out of my house before I called the cops. Obviously, I canceled everything and I told everyone who had asked the exact reason why Karen and I are done. Sweet Chad obviously heard about it and saw the proportion this drama was gaining. Even told me it's not a big deal if he's there, he just wants me to be happy. I'm sorry, but it is a big deal. It's not only a big deal because she doesn't want your baby brother, whom you love dearly, at the wedding. It's also a big deal because she's a bigot. Your values do not align, and that is a value that is super freaking important to align on. I told him my big day is meant to be the happiest in my life and it wouldn't be without him. And I certainly can't be happy with someone like Karen given who she really is. Well, now she's back to her parents' house and some of our mutual friends have really distanced themselves from her. I've got a lot of texts from her family, all more hateful than the previous one, and ended up blocking them all. Karen, on the other hand, hasn't been aggressive or anything, just alternating between guilt tripping and cries, saying how I ruined her life. News spread like wildfire, apparently. And she can't believe I ruined our 4-year relationship over a word. Okay, let's not minimize why the relationship is ruined. You didn't just say a word. You said you didn't want to be in the presence of someone who's gay. Someone important to her future husband. Yeah, let's not minimize that. It's not over a word. It's because she kind of fucked up. Not kinda, she is. If her family feels that way, and some families do,
They're wrong.
that is her opportunity, if she really loved you and cared about you, to distance herself from them and not invite her family. But I don't think it's just her family that feels that way. I think it's her. Not once has she apologized for what she said about Chad, so I know even more that I don't want anything to do with her anymore. So yeah, maybe I'm the a-hole, but I don't think so. No, you stood on business. Listen, you're gonna be the villain in her eyes. That's only because she doesn't want to take responsibility for how she feels. and what she did. Honestly, I think she deserves every part of the backlash she's getting. She has to face the consequences of her hatred, and it's great her true self has been revealed to the world, in my opinion. Who even says that in Seattle anyway? I mean, I didn't want to say it, but it's like, this is 2025.
You're living in the past.
If her life is ruined based on what she said, I think that is a wake-up call for her. This is not right. Like, it's not right. How she feels and what she said, it's not right. If she's experiencing her life, falling apart, that is because everyone else also feels that way. And it's fair to feel that way. Not the a-hole. Her showing you she didn't want him at the wedding was just the start of her trying to make you choose between him or her. I highly doubt she would have allowed him at your house if you got married. And can you imagine what she would do if y'all had kids? Make sure your brother couldn't go near them and probably kick them out if they were gay. Literally. It's so intolerant.
She's not a good person.
Not the a-hole. Why would you marry anyone who talked about your beloved brother with such contempt? You saw her true colors and made the right decision. Yeah, it's kind of too bad that you didn't know this about her before. I feel like this is something I would have appreciated knowing before if I were gonna marry someone, if this is how they felt. She's an a-hole. You're an awesome big brother and human being. And that's on period, honey. So no, you're not the a-hole. And good for you. We got some more fiance drama, honey. We ain't done yet. Am I the a-hole for canceling my wedding because of how my fiance feels about my daughter? Ooh, we got a little bit of a theme for this video. Before you read my post, I'm not from America. I'm sorry if my writing is terrible, but I will do my best. For background context, I was married when I was 22 and my husband was 25. He had a daughter who was 2 when we married. I considered her my daughter in every way. My husband passed away, sadly, when she was 4. So I, 34 female, have been with my fiance Jesse, 35 male, for 8 years. My daughter, Bailey, is 14. She considers Jesse her father. Jesse has never treated Bailey wrong at all, but knows of my husband who passed away. Jesse has always treated her sweetly and like a daughter, and I'm currently 6 months pregnant. We are all excited. Jesse has told me how he wants to adopt Bailey after getting married, to surprise her. We are getting married in August. I wouldn't say we are close to being done with everything, but we did plan a big dinner, and I did invite my friends and Jesse's friends. Bailey was staying the night over at a close friend's house, so Bailey wasn't there. We were all catching up and having a great night. Just all around happiness from everyone, till the topic of the wedding came up. That is when things went downhill. It was all good. We got to talking about our honeymoon. We were gonna bring Bailey because that was our plan. And then Jesse said he didn't want to bring Bailey, which kind of shocked me because we both agreed to it. So I was taken aback by it. He started going on about now we both have a real child and we don't have to pretend anymore to take care of my stepdaughter who is never my real child. At this point, all our friends and I were very flabbergasted and looked at him like he had something crazy on the top of his head. He kept going on and on. The fact that he's this comfortable saying this in front of people is kind of weird. I find it odd that he's so comfortable about it. It's almost like he's been talking to someone else that reinforced these beliefs or put the ideas into his head. Because why the change? Bailey has been a part of your life this whole time. If he didn't want to marry someone who has a stepdaughter, then why? That's kind of the what you signed up for, buddy.
It just doesn't make sense.
I freaked out in front of everyone and told him Bailey would always come first and he's last to me now. Ooh. That he had to leave and I'm canceling the wedding. Ooh, in front of everyone. Ooh, the tea. He tried talking to me, but I was not in shape to hear him. His friends escorted him out for me and left with him. A few of my girlfriends stayed with me that night. Jesse has been blowing up my phone, wanting to work things out, and I honestly don't ever want to. I haven't told Bailey what happened, and I lied to my family and his family about why we canceled the wedding. Why lie? Tell him.
Tell him!
I want some quiet now and not for anyone to be upset. But some of his friends did message me saying he has the right to talk about his feelings and opinion, which got me so puzzled at this point. Am I the a-hole? I mean, you had a right to address those concerns in a timely manner before you guys were getting married. I'm sure that you only agreed to marry him because of your situation and he seemed supportive of it. Now that you are to be married and now all of a sudden you're finding out about all, I feel like this is not what you signed up for at all. He's basically making you choose between him and your daughter, stepdaughter, adopted daughter. I don't know if you adopted her, but regardless, it kind of sounds like you're the one taking care of her. So Not the a-hole. I can't imagine him coming back from that. There's no excuse for saying such hurtful things. And in front of other people too. That's crazy. In general, but like the audacity to say it in front of others, like as if it's just like this normal thing that's like, weird. I understand not wanting a child on a honeymoon. I agree with that. I agree with not wanting the kid there, but it doesn't sound like it's just about the honeymoon. It sounds like in general, he regards Bailey as like not his daughter and he doesn't want her in your lives. And he also called your future child your real child. Okay, tell that to all adoptive parents. Like, oh, your child's not your real child. I mean, depends on how you feel. Your ex-fiance is very deceitful because all this time he's been pretending that he loves and appreciates your daughter. That's the part.
That part.
That's it. Either he changed his mind or he lied about really, truly accepting your daughter. In reality, he was pretending until you got pregnant with his child. Ooh. Now he doesn't have to pretend anymore about how he feels about her, which means once your child would have come to fruition, he probably would have started treating Bailey like crap. I'm glad you canceled your wedding because in reality, he doesn't like your daughter, which means he doesn't like you. His friends that are saying he has a right to voice his opinion, yes, he does. And like an a-hole, everybody has one. I think it's interesting that there are friends that don't see the gravity of the situation. I feel like those are the friends that he's been talking to because why else is he so comfortable saying what he said? He probably wanted to bring it up in front of a group of people, you know, to have backup or whatever. I find it strange that like all of a sudden he has the audacity to say that. I highly doubt that you would have continued on with this relationship if you knew how he felt about Bailey in the first place. Okay, so we do have an update. Goody. I talked to Bailey and told her everything. She was shocked and I cried. It broke my heart to see her that way. We hugged each other. She said if she'd only been a better daughter, he would not have felt that way. Oh my gosh. Oh, my heart, no. I reassured her that wasn't the case at all. Oh, poor thing. That Jesse was just an awful man and a coward. Bailey said she forgave him, but would not forget what he said. She still misses him and still calls him dad, even after everything he put her through. She's a brave young girl. I'm making sure that Jesse doesn't ever get into contact with Bailey. He did, however, ask if we can talk in person to at least mend things. I agreed and met him the next day after the incident. We met in a public spot with others around in case he tried doing something funny. Jesse told me how sorry he was and that he loves Bailey and our baby the same. He still wants to marry me, that he wants to come home.
Good one.
All I saw was horse geisa. I knew he was lying. I told Jesse I would never look at him the same, that I will only get in contact with him after I give birth to our daughter. Yeah, Jesse begged me over and over, and I stood my ground and said no to each of his pleading demands. Then he dropped a big thing on me, which I never knew. He said that he cheated and the woman is better in every way.
Yeah, sure.
Okay, so go be with her then. To add sugar on the top of the crap he dropped on me, he's cheating with his best friend Carter's wife, who has 3 kids. Oh my lord.
He sounds like a stand-up guy.
Okay, yeah, no, so he can't just go be with her. This is one of the friends that defended him. Oh my gosh. He was sleeping with his wife. Oh, I'm sure he won't defend him anymore. She was also at the dinner party, was always nice to me when she was sleeping with my fiance. Not only did Jesse and that vile woman destroy a family, they destroyed 2 with kids. What a lovely, great man. I did leave after he told me that. Blocked him everywhere. Messaged Carter, told him that Jesse was sleeping with his wife. He did tell me he was suspicious of his wife sneaking around. It wasn't her first time. I feel really awful for him now. He apologized for not being on my side, that we were always great friends. I did forgive him and didn't blame him for defending his best friend, because both Carter and Jesse were best friends since elementary. I told him I'll be there for him, for support, and he was appreciative of my offer. He told me he would be there for me as well. I love the switch up, you know what I mean?
Switch it up.
The begging, and then when that doesn't work, then he flips and
yeah, well, you're ugly anyway. Me.
Hey, I've seen this one. This is a classic.
This man is super, super manipulative. And if you had any inkling that oh, maybe it was just an accident, whatever. No, he's in my opinion, probably lied about how he felt about Bailey from the beginning. Waited until you literally couldn't back out and then made his sentiments known. He's playing the victim, trying to get you back. And then when that tactic doesn't work, he switches up and it's so manipulative, no? Carter told their friend group and blocked Jesse. He's going to divorce his wife, so we have each other to lean on for support. I also did ask Bailey if she wanted a therapist. She said yes, and I'm looking for one. She's been staying in her room more, only coming out just for food or to use the restroom. It breaks my heart because she was always so bright and jolly. Now she's depressed and feeling low. Her friends have been coming over and staying with her. My family plans on coming. Don't worry, I told Jesse's family everything and my family. Both families are awfully mad at Jesse. I do plan on staying in contact with Jesse's family. I've always been close to them. They helped raise Bailey and they see us as family. I can't forget, I'm also carrying Jesse's daughter. Jesse's parents want to see Bailey as she is their granddaughter. I even plan on changing the locks. I don't feel safe with just Bailey and I, even if we do have a few big dogs and lots of goats. Those goats do be chewing. My best friend Rosie's staying with me, so we have a lot of support. I know this isn't ideal, like this is like obviously so terrible that this happened right when you were supposed to be excited about your wedding and all that stuff, but like, thank God that you found out before. That was the universe at work, showing you what you needed to see. Am I the a-hole for telling my fiance my stepdaughter isn't mine? Sort it out yourself.
Ooh, sassy.
Okay. I'm a 27-year-old man, and my fiance's 30. We've been together for nearly 4 years. I have a 6-year-old son, and she has an 11-year-old daughter, both from previous relationships. Up until now, we haven't had any issues regarding the children. Yesterday, her daughter was set to go on a camping trip for a friend's birthday, where they would be doing activities like kayaking. My fiance dressed her in a dress, and I mentioned to her that it didn't seem like the right choice for the occasion. She seemed offended and said her daughter could wear whatever she liked, and that it wasn't a man's place to judge. I tried to clarify what I meant, but she cut me off saying, she's my daughter, not yours. Okay. I took my son to a pre-planned match.
Oh, footy football.
When my fiance rang me. It turned out the birthday girl's mom had told her daughter she couldn't go in a dress and needed to wear a tracksuit or something similar, so they didn't let her on the bus. My fiance then asked if I could leave the match early to drive her daughter to the activity center. I replied,
Why should I? She's not my daughter and I'm here with my son.
oh.
You petty little.
Oh. Neither of us are talking now. I do pity for my stepdaughter as I wasn't being spiteful. I mean, you were a little bit. My son was looking forward to it and it would amount to 4 hours of travel. Am I the a-hole? Yeah, I think you're kind of both jerks here. Like, I get why you said what you said. I think she was a bigger jerk because she shouldn't have said that in the first place. Like, you were just saying it because of what she said. And you did tell her that what the daughter was wearing was not appropriate. It's clear that that was a miscommunication. She should not have said, she's my daughter, not yours. So she was a jerk. I see why you said what you said. Do I think it was nice? No, it wasn't. It wasn't entirely nice. So a lot of people in the comments are saying, you know, kind of not the a-hole. You tried to be helpful and you warned her. She told you how it is, so that's that. Why couldn't she just go do it? After all, it's her daughter. Yeah, I mean, that's a good point. Why was it up to you now to go and deliver her the right outfit? I find that a little odd. Woman here, is she always so nasty with her responses? As far as it's not a man's place to judge, is she mental? You weren't judging anything. You gave a statement that the dress wasn't appropriate for the activity. That's what she took it as. She kind of like made it about gender and like slut shaming your daughter or something. That's not what you said. You just said she's literally going like to be water dress. No, doesn't work. If she can't take a simple suggestion, I would rethink the relationship. And furthermore, I don't really like how this is her fault. She didn't listen to you. She didn't admit that you were right and to apologize to you. But what she is doing is demanding that you leave your son and the plans that you made and go and drive and fix her mistake. OP responds, I wasn't preaching modesty or some crap. She's generally not that nasty. I get why you said what you said. Was it the nicest thing to say? No. Like, you didn't have to like double down or whatever, but I get why you said it. Like, I do. You were matching the energy. And like, also she kind of had some serious audacity to now demand that you go and fix her mistake. She at the very least needs to apologize for not listening to you before you can even consider going doing like what she asked you to do, which is fix her mistake. Yeah, a lot of people are saying, honestly, this relationship is not, this doesn't sound productive. Not the a-hole. She can't be a snarky person and still expect you to help without an apology, I might add. She made her choice and choices have consequences. This relationship isn't lasting much longer. And good, she sounds like a red flag. OP responds, yeah, I didn't want to sound like a drama queen, but I'm very surprised about what she said and questioning some stuff. I see my stepdaughter as my daughter and I would have expected the same with her and my son. I'm not saying I don't have a favorite child, but I love them both. Was it the nicest thing for him to say? No, but it was also in response to what she said. And she also didn't apologize. Like, we're fighting here, okay? This is a fight. People say things, you know, that are not the nicest. Do I think this relationship is gonna last? No, I don't, because like, whatever. I actually am gonna go with not the a-hole, because I'm a little petty. And I'd probably say the same thing. Okay. We got one more. We got one more in this fiance drama fiasco of a video. Am I the a-hole for deciding to postpone the wedding over a comment my fiance made about my scar? I, female, have a visible scar on the side of my neck. It's been there for over 6 years and no one has ever commented on it or made negative remarks about it. However, my fiance would make comments about my scar and make it seem like flirting. For instance, complaining he had kissed every part of my body except my neck because of the scar, and how the scar looked like a kid messed up such a great art, referring to how I look. I told him I didn't appreciate it, even if he was using the scar to be flirty with me, but he insisted he loves me anyway. He's kind of negging you, dude. Our wedding is approaching and I've been busy with the wedding planning, and days ago, my fiance and I and in-laws were talking about the wedding, and I was talking about how we were gonna finally be married. He laughed and said,
I'm marrying you minus the scar.
why is this okay? Let's say you're overweight and your fiance is saying,
I'm marrying you, but not your beer belly.
this is not okay. I was stunned when he said that, especially in front of his family. I was so upset, I got up and walked out of the room. We had a big fight and he kept saying I was being a drama queen and he said nothing wrong. He insulted your appearance and embarrassed you in front of his family. Again, I find it odd that he has the audacity to say this in front of them. I feel like maybe his family has like made comments about it or something and made him feel like uncomfortable. Like, what does he expect you to do about it? Like, I don't really understand. He doubled down when I said I'd consider postponing the wedding because of his comment, and he called me crazy. His mom said I'm obviously traumatized by my scar to let it ruin my marriage with her son and suggested therapy. I mean, she's kind of minimizing what he said, which makes me think that she's also said it. She told me that the scar was the issue, not her son, who loves me as I am and chose me to be his wife. Oh, great.
Ooh, wow, what a privilege.
No, she's only saying that because she feels the same way he does. I don't know, I really feel horrible right now. I don't know if I said the right thing about postponing the wedding and whether I'm overreacting in this situation. My girlfriends have previously said that my fiance shouldn't even be bringing up the scar like that. I mean, you've told him multiple times that what he said is like mean. I don't even understand why he's saying it. It's rude. If he has such a problem with it, then why is he marrying you? Am I wrong? I don't think I am. I think that this is kind of, not only does he feel this way about how you look, it's kind of like when you find out, like, you know those guys that go like on the record, they go on a video and they say,
oh yeah, like I don't think my wife is attractive.
And they say it like very proudly and publicly. They'll say like, oh, like my wife is like a 6 out of 10. So disrespectful. And the audacity to say that in public is like crazy. Like, why are you with someone that you don't consider attractive? And not only did he say that, but he also humiliated you in front of his family, which is...
Oh, hell no!
Not the a-hole. I want to marry you, but my scar does not. There you go. The fact that they're making it sound like he's doing you a favor by marrying you, even though you have a scar, is the hugest red flag, literally.
Oh, you are a scorned, ruined woman. You should be lucky that anyone wants to be with you.
Who the hell comments on someone's scars like that for this long? To be honest, I didn't see it this way at first, but I guess the way he worded it, especially making those comments seem flirty, has been driving me insane. It's not flirty, he's negging you. Honestly, this sounds like someone who chips away at your confidence. Little by little, he will make little comments like this that will chip away at your confidence so that you don't feel worthy enough to have anybody else. And that's messed up. And it's a lot more common than you'll think. I know so many relationships that started with the negging. I personally think it's a sign of, especially it'll happen worse and worse further down the line. What's gonna happen when you gain weight after you have children? Is he gonna start making comments about that? Is he just gonna leave you for someone who's better looking? I don't know, man. Like, it just kind of sounds like this is a sign and a very, very large red flag that it's only gonna get worse. He's doing it to undermine your self-esteem and confidence. You do not see your scar as an issue or a reason to be insecure, and he's trying to change that. Do not let him. Get far away from him and his mother. Your friends are spot on. Not the a-hole, but you will be if you continue to let him disrespect you over and over again after you've already put your foot down. So like exactly like this person said, when you're with someone who constantly like makes little digs like this at you, constantly pointing out your insecurities, like things that are wrong with you.
Are you sure you want to wear that? You've gained a little bit of weight. I never noticed how big your nose was.
You know, just like little like chips. That is to condition you into thinking that you're not good enough for anyone else. And he already feels that way. Literally, like his family already feels that way. He feels that way, that he's doing you a favor by marrying you. But then why does he want you to stay so badly? Like, I don't get it. Kind of sounds like you're doing him a favor and that's on period. Sis guys,